Dean, against Sunderland for the first 40 or 45 minutes, Stoke were really, really good. And then the wheels fell off. How do you manage to get things to improve going forward, and how's training been this week?
Well, we've got to find a way of putting in a 96-minute performance. We've struggled to do that for the most part of this season. You're right, there was some really good signs in that game, and we were the better team in the first half, created some good chances, but ultimately we conceded a poor goal against the run of play, and we found it difficult to break down a team that once they got ahead, we're happy to sort of sit behind the ball and maybe look to counter-attack on us. And they're the moments we've got to improve on. When teams sit deep against you, you've got to find a way of opening them up, and obviously being ruthless in both boxes. We've got to find a way of. That's where the game's won and lost, and we've got to find a way of defending better in our box and taking chances at the other end.
Because when you played against Blackpool, you were really good around the edge of their box. You look forward now to the game you've got on Saturday, and you're playing a team that move the ball around really well, have had a decent start at home, won all their matches. I said it all the time, it's going to be a particularly tough game given the lack of confidence that appears to be in the squad.
Yeah, I think it's been a difficult 48 hours, obviously, since the news broke yesterday morning of Michael leaving. It's always a strange time, as many of the staff and the players themselves have been through, unfortunately, moments like this before. There's also some younger players and some younger members of staff who've not been through that, so it's up to us as a group of staff that are still at the club to stay calm in the moment and to just settle things down, and just to be there in support of these guys, because it's the Michael's been at the club a long time and done many good things at this football club, and for it to all change overnight like that, it can be difficult due to the change. So in the short period that we've had, we've just tried to keep things bright. We've been really clear with the players as to what we expect tomorrow in the performance at Blackburn, in what will be a tough game, but at the same time it's a game that we believe we can win, and we have to go there with confidence, irrespective of what's happening off the pitch. The players are professionals, as we all are, and our job is to stay focused on the job in hand, and that's to go and get a good performance and hopefully a good result, and to give this place a lift.
You certainly won't have any shortage of supporters tomorrow. There's a really good crowd going, and from your time here that the fans will back the players and hopefully give them the confidence they need.
Yeah, that's absolutely the case. Certainly at kick-off, our supporters will be right behind the lads, and we have to provide a performance which keeps them engaged in the game and keeps them behind the team. It's been a difficult period. We can't deny that, and what we're in control of is what we do out on the pitch. It's really as simple as that. As I say, irrespective of what's going on, we have to stay focused. We're professionals, and we're paid by this football club to go out there and give our best every day. So it's been a difficult time, as I say, but the focus remains, and we have to stay calm. We have to stay calm and make good decisions, and that's my job, and the rest of the staff is to. If one thing life's taught me is to stay calm in the moment and deal with what you're in control of. Don't get involved in any rumours or what may or may not happen. It's about what are we actually in control of. We're in control of preparing a group of players to go and get a win at Blackburn tomorrow, and that's what we've done.
When you look at the four strikers, Campbell, Brown, Gale and Delap, there aren't many teams, if any, in the Championship that wouldn't love to have all those players. How do you see their strengths and characteristics mixing well together?
Well, we have to find a partnership, don't we? We've not managed to do that. You're right, we have got good forward players in the club. We've struggled a little bit defensively this season up to now, so that's something we have to make sure that we rectify. We believe we can give teams problems when we go forward and we attack with pace and we're clinical. But as I said before, we've been giving away soft goals, so that's the challenge, is to tighten up at the back and give these forward players the chance to go and win games of football for us, which there's no doubt that they will.
On the injury front, have we had any more injuries from last weekend, or are any players any nearer to starting?
There'll be none of the lads that have been out injured will be back in tomorrow's squad. There's one or two that have, one in particular who's missed a good chunk of the week this week, and that'll be a late call in the morning. But other than that, we're quite settled in terms of what we had last week. Yeah.
The fans' expectations of all football teams at all parts of the seasons are to win. They don't care what's happening in the background. Ultimately, they want 3 points on a Saturday. And over the period that Michael was in charge, he's certainly changed the profile of the squad. Given that he's gone now, how would you see he's moved the club forward off the pitch?
I think any manager coming into a new job would obviously clearly wants to win and have success. I think you ask any manager how they want to leave a football club, they want to leave it in a better state than they found it, and I don't think anybody could deny that that's the case with Michael. On the pitch at the moment, that's not there to see in terms of our results recently, and that's obviously the reason that Michael's lost his job. But if you look at the job that he's done in terms of the, as you said there, in terms of the squad profile, in terms of getting younger players into the squad, he's changed every department around the football club for the better. There's good staff at this club. There's a really exciting group of players as well, and whoever takes the reins, he's going to be in a good position to push this club forward. It's obviously just a shame that Michael wasn't able to see the job through, and you have to win in the short term to keep your job long enough to be able to do that. And having come through so much sort of adversity around changing the squad around, and that's been difficult due to contracts and stuff. You know, he's managed to do great work at this club, and I've no doubt that he'll go on and get another top job, because as far as I'm concerned, his reputation is intact. He's carried himself fantastically well despite the difficulties behind the scenes. He's always led from the front and been up there and honest and open. I think that's all supporters can expect, and as I say, it's just disappointing we weren't able to get some better results this season to be able to push it forward. But as I say, there's plenty of good things going on at this football club. It's a little bit down at the moment, it's a little bit beat up. We have to make sure we try and get a performance and a result tomorrow which will lift everybody.
And lastly from me, everybody seems to think that 10 matches in, you sort of get an idea of where you're going to be in the table or how the table's shaping. We've had 5 of those matches, and the next 5 matches are really important. I don't know how long you're going to be in charge, but presumably you'd plan to win the next 5 matches.
All I'm thinking about is today's training session and getting that right. We had a really good session, and then we'll arrive into the game tomorrow well prepared. As I say, on the back of a difficult 48 hours. So the players are well prepared. What we'll face tomorrow in terms of the opposition, but they're certainly well prepared into how we want to go and play and how we want to take the game to Blackburn and try and get 3 points. And beyond that, I've got no concern about. All I'm thinking of is the next performance.
Thank you, good luck.
Thank you.
Dean, what do you put down the fragmented start to in terms of, because there have been periods in games where you played a good 45 and then it's not happened the way you'd like it. What do you put that down to? Inconsistency?
Listen, we're a new team. Michael was at the club 2 years 9 months, and people think that's long enough to generate a squad. It's a brand new squad again this summer, which means players are still gelling. They're still getting used to the way that we want to play. They're still getting used to the club, and let's just say it for what it is. We've had some key injuries this season which have really hampered the team. Starting players have come out injured, and we've struggled to get that consistency. I think that's quite normal in terms of a stop-start that we've had in terms of the squad. So, as I said before, I think this place is well set for the next manager to come in and really push it forward. I think there's a lot of good things going on, and yeah, we need to find some more consistency. We need to be harder to beat, and we need to get over the bumps in the road a little bit quicker on the pitch. And again, that sometimes comes with a younger group of players. But we need to navigate the moments a little bit better than we've been doing, and stick to the game plan and make sure that we, if we don't play well, that we don't get beaten at times, and try to get that next win.
Are you looking to implement something different into the way you will line up tomorrow in terms of maybe personnel or the style that you will play against Blackburn?
I think we've just got to deal with what's in front of us in terms of the players that are available. We've had a style and a system this season which can be a really effective system, and clearly we've been hampered by key players in key positions within that system. So we have to have a look at that, and we have to look at everything. And essentially, it's about putting a team out there tomorrow that can go and round pegs in round holes, and players can go out there and give of the best.
You know their strengths and you know their attacking frequencies. Diaz, they've got players who can hurt you given the opportunity. How important is, particularly from set pieces where you're being caught frequently in the opening 5 games, to get that right?
Well, it's a big part of the game, isn't it? It's one of the moments in the game. It's attacking set pieces, defensive set pieces. Of course, we want to do better in them moments. We want to be better in open play, and we want to defend better. There's plenty of improvements to be made. We're always looking to do that. You don't just focus on one thing. And you're right, Blackburn have got talent within the forward lines, no doubt about that, and we need to make sure that we keep an eye on that. But certainly we are going there tomorrow believing that there's plenty of frailties in that team as well that we can really make the most of.